Hello, welcome back to Lessons with Kobe. Today we will be learning the term belt to ass in sign language. First, we're going to break it down. Stay with me. Belt to ass. One more time. Belt to ass. Together now. Belt to ass.
I got something to say.
Yes. Man, hey, write a check your ass in cash, man. That's all I can say.
Oh my God.
Hey! J. U J S U rocks the hall. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that way, that way, that way, that way. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I come in peace. Lie. I come here to troll. I come here to talk mess. I come here to brag. I come here to boast. Yeah, all that. No, but on a serious note, congratulations to the Jackson State Tigers 2024 SWAC Champions! Yay! Woo! Woo! G, what did you think about today's performance for Jackson State versus Southern? I want to know what do you have to say about it?
Y'all hired some homegrown talent. I'm proud of Jackson State. Everybody give me a round of applause. Everybody just give me a round of applause. They hired some homegrown talent. And got a homegrown ass whooping. That's a homemade ass whooping. That ass whooping from scratch. Okay? That ass whooping went out the box. That ass whooping came from scratch. Them folks told you last year, I hope you put me on homecoming. Them folks told you what they gonna. See, it's one thing to sneak up on me. If you're gonna sneak up, I lost to Texas Southern last year homecoming, right? I didn't see that coming. They snuck up on me and they beat me. Them folks told you, if you put me on your homecoming next year, I hope you put me on your homecoming. You dummies did it. You did it and got your ass whooped.
You don't even want to know how my baby was repeating that word for word. Oh, Lord. Everybody else in the SWAC.
Oh, my God.
The folks who said that we were going to lose to FAMU.
Oh, my God.
Alabama State.
Oh, my God.
Sudden.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that, I don't mean to be, look, it comes with the territory. I don't mean to brag, but isn't that the sixth time that Southern has lost to Jackson State University in the last 4 years? 6 times in 4 years. 6 times in 4 years. I want to shout out the Jackson State University National Alumni Association, the Metro Charlotte chapter. No, I'm gonna show them the video. You don't have to do that. Showed up and showed out.
Ready?
No, we're just gonna show the video, baby. We don't have to do it again. He wants to cheer again. Boy, move. All right.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And I'm sure that is the sentiments of watch parties all across the country. That was just the Charlotte Metro chapter. Boy, you all up in it, ain't it? Listen, amazing, right? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Just to think, I don't know where all the arsenals at. Thank you, Miss Mary. Thank you, Miss Mary. I don't know where all the arsenals are at. They MIA tonight. I ain't seen them. I ain't heard from them. Congratulations. We are getting ready to go through the game. But I just want to say, boy. Some folks was giving me hell for my live on Wednesday with HBCU Sports when I was talking my noise. Listen, that live, of course, it was a live where we're discussing the Jackson State versus Southern game, but more so than anything, it was about banter, right? You got to bring a little banter into it. So folks was pissed when I said that the only way Southern is going to score is because of penalties or dropped coverage. They were pissed. They was mad. Boy, I was like, listen, this is about banter. But you know, if you get a chance to, you should definitely go watch that HBCU Sports excerpt. I do have the chance to bring on Ken Rashad, so I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. Yes, for entertainment purposes, if you want to see how it went down, definitely go check that out. It says somebody cover Adrian Crook's shift at the Shell so he can come in the chat. Lord, Adrian Crook is usually in here. I don't know where everybody's at. They all done got quiet. G. Tillery and Ladarius. Where's Mr. Moore? I want all of y'all in the chat. Where y'all? They are usually here on SWAC Saturdays. They don't miss a beat. All right, go that way. Go play your game. All right, so let's get down to business. Let me go ahead and pull up all of my trolling material because you know I got it. So the first thing that I wanted to show is Sonic Boom of the South left a message. Sonic Boom of the South left a message. I was like, ooh, what that mean? What's going on? What's going on with the Sonic Boom of the South? What is going on? They left a nice little message, honey. They getting ready to say that they're headed to Atlanta. That, you know, y'all, I'm gonna just read it to you and I'll show it to you, and then y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the chat. No, I did not go to the game. I went to the Charlotte Metro chapter, their watch party. It was my weekend with Braxton, and you know, it would have been hard for me to work and bring Braxton. So I decided to stay at home. But guess what? Next weekend is not my weekend. And I will be in Atlanta. Julana. It's about to be called Julana. That's what we usually call it when we take it over. Julanta. All right. Let me go ahead and it says it's official. This is the Sonic Boom of the South Twitter page. It's official. We'll be in Atlanta next weekend for the event we actually agreed to participate in. See y'all at the Celebration Bowl. What y'all think that mean? Is that shade? Is that shade? Are they being messy? Y'all let me know in the chat. Are they being messy or is it just me? I felt like I you know, you got to read between the lines. Who looked tipsy? Me? I look tipsy? No, I ain't had nothing to drink, honey. I had to drive all the way back home from Charlotte. Ain't nothing about me tipsy. What did the Sonic Boom of the South? They ended out spicy. I would say that I warned some people about how this game would go, that it would not be close. Interesting enough, the person who actually guessed the game the closest last night was Mr. Walker. He guessed that the score would be 42-13 and ended up being 41-13. So yeah, that's what he guessed. Let's see how petty Jackson State folks were in the stadium. Spent my last $2 on the bus fare because I didn't want to hear the jukebox. Love the. We came with the heat. Came with the heat. Ooh, y'all was petty. Why y'all was being petty like that? She said she don't even want shit. She didn't even want to listen to the jukebox. Yes, Miss. Yeah. And did. And was. That's not the only one, though. That's not even it. That's not the only petty post, you know. I would also like to say shout out to some of our former players for making an appearance. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself.
Good.
How's your evening? I want to be a part of this pettiness.
Oh, you want to join in on the petty? All right.
Yeah, I just want to quickly introduce myself. I'm Shaheem, but I consider myself urban and bold on the internet, on my Instagram. But getting back to this game, I want to say that JSU deserves this because of who we previously had as a head coach. They said they were riding off of his fame or whatever. But you have to realize that JSU, from my history, I did from doing the history, JSU has always been a powerhouse. It's always had good music. They've always won championships. So I just want to say to all the people at Southern, you just gonna have to hire somebody that's gonna help you win championships. Until then, the SWAC belongs to Jackson State. Can anybody compete with us? We the best we the best of the best.
Oh,
honestly,
you heard it. You heard it.
I don't know what a human jukebox is. I've never heard that before.
You never heard of the human jukebox? Who won the first? Who won the zero quarter, the halftime, and the fifth quarter?
I'm gonna give it to Jackson State. Jackson State won everything, you know.
Now that is what you call a complete ass belt to ass. You guys lost the zero quarter. Y'all lost. Wait, they won the first quarter, didn't they? They won the first quarter.
They won yesterday.
They won the first quarter.
I mean, it was JSU by 40, if you ask me.
Then they, we tied it up in the second quarter.
You know, so this TC era is gonna be the best era.
The TC Taylor field, right?
Yes. Can nobody compete with us? But look, thank you for giving me the opportunity to come up here. I got my niece in the background. I don't want to put her on the internet without her mom's permission. All right, nice meeting you, Doc Holliday. You look forward to connecting with you guys soon. All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
What's up?
Sweet by thee. Belt Boys Entertainment. What? Belt Boys Entertainment?
Hey, that's a nice one. That's a
Belt
nice
Boys
one.
Entertainment.
Yeah. Look, Kings of the SWAC again. What they say, order has been restored. And I'm coming to you live from I'm in Ridgeland right now at my hotel room. But hey, it was what we expected.
Where you living at?
It was what we expected. We expected to go out there and
You
dominate.
expecting dominance, right?
Oh, always. Always. We expected to dominate.
So, okay, so I have a question, because we need to let the naysayers know. Let a naysayer know about Jackson State and this TC Taylor era and what we have to look forward to.
Dominance.
And we got a 50,000 donation tonight. From who?
Dominance.
Oh, you said dominance?
Dominance.
That's the only word you can come up with.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna come up with. Dominance. That's it. One word.
Right. Dominance.
One word.
Well,
yeah, Google donated us 50,000 donated 50,000 to Jackson State Athletics. So
wait, hold up. Google?
Yeah, they was in the building.
Google was in the building and they cutting a check. Okay. Look at A.D. Robinson and whoever else put that
cut
together.
The check.
Okay, they cut the check on us.
Cut the check, man.
Okay.
Cut the check. Man.
We both got 10K and JSU got an additional 50K for winning. Okay, Google.
And then just the hosting the game, so you know how it is. Probably get that 2 million. We get 2 million hosting the game, and it all goes back to Jackson.
2 million. We do not get.
I bet you about 2 million.
No, it wasn't. There's only 20.
Are you talking about I'm just talking about from a pro.
Are you talking about the Celebration Bowl and the thing? Because we'll get about. We're not getting that much. They said that we'll get 1.5 million. That's what the AD said. We'll get 1.5 million roughly. Oh, this is not a DEI donation. So the attendance numbers were roughly, I want to say 24 to 25,000. So we'll get 1.5 from this weekend. And then we'll get 1 million from the Celebration Bowl. Damn. I didn't think that they would not show up. Southern. I thought they would be out here. But congratulations to Jackson State for acquiring that $50,000 donation and then the $10,000 donation from Google. That is amazing. Hey, it is what it is. They said they are not coming. They are tired of seeing their ass getting whooped from here to Timbuktu. Well, I, said, well, what is it about this Jackson State team that gives us a will to win? It is amazing at the amount of depth that Jackson State Tigers have on this particular team. And why do I say that? Well, Jackson State literally has several different injured players that are out this season. And yet Jackson State finds ways to be dominant. Matter of fact, in September, Southern scored 15 points. In December, they only scored 13. In September, Jackson State scored 33 points. In December, we scored 41. And just like my good brother Dre said, different team, different mindset, same ass whooping. Same. Let's talk about the blueprint, right? I want to talk about Jackson State's blueprint that TC Taylor has developed. Our players of the game today are Rob McDaniel, who, if you follow his story, he actually was at Jackson State and then he left. He went to a different team. He ended up going to Alcorn State for his last 2 years, graduated from Alcorn, and as a graduate student, he transferred back to Jackson State. He is from Jackson, Mississippi. Zy McDonald is from Ridgeland, Mississippi. He transferred from Louisiana. Zy McDonald actually was DJ Stevens' quarterback at their high school. Back when they were in high school, Zy McDonald was his quarterback. Do you guys see the blueprint? I see a young man from Jackson, Mississippi, and a young man from Ridgeland, Mississippi, which in the grand scheme of things, when you think about the city of Jackson, Ridgeland is like, what's that? What's that main road? I forgot what it's called. It's North something. I forgot the name of the road. Y'all help me out over there by the mall. But anyway, Ridgeland, Mississippi and Jackson, Mississippi are basically right next to each other. It's kind of like the suburbs of Jackson. So it's like what, 15 minutes? County Line Road. County Line Road. You could take County Line Road all the way down. There we go. County Line Road. North Side Road. Yeah, like it's literally the state of Mississippi, but this is Jackson right here. This is Jackson and Ridgeland. They're one and the same, not necessarily one and the same, but they run into each other. And both of the offensive and defensive player of the game, they are both from Mississippi. And why am I pointing that out? Well, because for some reason, folks think that we followed the other type of blueprint, which was not to focus on anybody from the state of Mississippi, but going all across the nation. Now, that's not to say that Jackson State doesn't recruit heavily elsewhere, because we just got some recruits out of Florida, some recruits out of Georgia, some recruits out of Texas. We get them from all over, but one of our main themes that you'll see is, once again, that Mississippi talent, getting all of the Mississippi talent to stay at home. I'm going to drop the link, and then we just get ready to go through this game. I said that this was going to be a dominant game, and they did not disappoint at all. They did not. I will say shout out to Horatio Johnson, because when he says we tried, he is not lying. I want to say Horatio got a interception today.
But we tried, dude. I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude.
And Horatio is not lying, because he definitely bought his A game today. He actually was responsible for one of the interceptions today. So Horatio not lying. They definitely did try.
I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, though.
And he did. He did try. He tried, and then he tried again. And, you know, if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. And that's exactly what they did. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. I don't know. But while I am you did not have to point that out. Listen, while I am joking, Horatio definitely did try, and he did get an interception today. So while I'm joking on him, but that young man definitely played a hard game today. Southern's defense came out swinging. We're not even going to act like that. You know, so it looks like what I've been saying, which is that we have a stout defense. We just do. So the official attendance was 23,765, allegedly. Miracle Sports, I will go ahead and pull up TC Taylor's interview. Just bear with me right now. I'm going to go through a little bit of this, and then I can definitely pull up a portion of an interview that Coach TC did. So, shout out to Gerardo Baeza. He was on point today. We needed every last one of those points. All right. So, I will say this. Southern definitely was able to rush for a lot more yards today. They rushed for a lot more yards. They passed for less yards, and they got less points. They rushed for 133 yards, which y'all look at that average per rush. It was 3.6. Jackson State on a national level, when we look at the FCS numbers, they usually hold their the opposing team to 3.46 yards per carry. So, logistically speaking, the defense did what they always do, which is hold their opponents to that 3.6 area. They did what they always do. Okay. I was telling people that, you know, today is not going to be the day where all of a sudden Jackson State just completely breaks down. It's not going to happen like that. Passing. So we had 180 yards of passing today from Southern. No touchdowns. Jackson State had 110 total passing today, 1 touchdown. Total offense, 385, just shy of 400 yards worth of offense. Once again, which I'm sure they're going to be focusing on that in this short week that we have. We literally have probably what would you guys say? 3 days of practice? If that, not even 3. Usually the young men are in Atlanta for, I want to say they're in Atlanta by Wednesday. This is a very short week because they have all those little activities that they have for the young men. They go to the Coca-Cola, whatever. They just do a whole bunch of stuff. They have a banquet. They do all these little activities. But this week is basically over. I think they go Thursday. Thursday at the most. The team is leaving on Tuesday. So see, they only have a Monday practice basically at home. I know that they practice in Atlanta, but when we talk about familiarity and you know, they're literally gone to Atlanta by Tuesday. This is a very short week for soothing those injuries if there are any, or getting beat up. You know, you usually have some time to recuperate. And yeah, you know, and it's actually a good thing that the reason why he was out like that is due to cramps and not anything else, right? So it looks like Jackson State and Southern had possession of the ball. They both had 30 minutes each. Gerardo Baeza was 5 for 5 for points after touchdown and 2 for 2 on field goals today. So shout out to Baeza. When we talk about the interceptions, there were some balls that were underthrown and overthrown. But I commend the Jackson State defense. Also want to commend, of course, our long snapper, who is all SWAC. I want to commend Avery Salerno for basically getting down on that ball. That was definitely a game changer for him to be able to recover that ball in the red zone for Jackson State. And I done got 5 different things. I done seen they leaving Tuesday. I seen they leaving Wednesday. They leaving Friday. The reason why the kids are leaving early is because during the Celebration Bowl, they have a whole bunch of like activities. It's not just a bowl game. The kids get some type of like dinner. Then they have some other activities that they get to participate in. 3 weeks versus 3 days is crazy. Zoe, you come on up here. Zoe, come on up here. Practice is tomorrow. Zoe, come up here for a second. We got some questions. Okay. Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, family?
Hey.
Hold on, I'm on chat right now. Hey, so I just wanted to come on and holler at the Jackson State family, just to let y'all know what a great season. Man, this is so great. I appreciate you, Timona, and your show. I'm a big fan. I don't come on live too often, but I do be in the chat. And shout out to Whitley and all the coalition during the stream earlier. They was coming after us big time, heavy. And we was in there deep representing during the game. But it's great, man. I'm gonna be in Atlanta. Can't wait to see everybody. Proud of Zy McDonald.
Tell me your thoughts about the game.
About the game, man. I just, we did what I thought we would do. Personally, they say the game was going to be different, but I didn't see how. I mean, we dominated. We gave up 1 TD in the second half in the last 7 or 8 games, I believe.
Right.
So they talking about the game gonna be different. I ain't see it, but I'm glad they thought it was. The game was it was different, to be honest. It really was different. But
we got a chance to show our depth, right?
Big time.
We got a chance to show.
I think I put it in the chat a little earlier. We're actually an FBS team in FCS close. We got depth. We got big time depth. Like even the announcers are like, "Who is this guy number 3?" They ain't even know about Zy McDonald. Zy McDonald 3rd string. And people in the stream chat talking about, man, y'all need to start him, this, that, and the other. Hey, we deep like that. So, you know, we got talent that y'all don't even know about.
Mm.
You know, so but I really think, you know, we did what we were supposed to do. I'm definitely glad. But I think against South Carolina State, you know, it's gonna be a tough one. We're gonna have to get it going. The passing game, the O-line, we gonna bring the defense. That's gonna be a great game next weekend.
Yes.
I'm headed up there on
I'll
Saturday.
see you in Atlanta.
I'll be in Atlanta, man. I'm gonna be there, man. I had my flight, my hotel, and my game ticket ever since October. So, because I knew we was going. Man, it wasn't nobody gonna beat us. You know, other than, you know, that debacle we had in Grambling and Monroe. But we all know why we lost in Grambling. But man, I'm just so excited. You know, I ain't gonna hold too much time. But oh, and real quick, I definitely want to tell everybody, if you guys not a part, you know, I don't know if I can say this on your show, Timona, because I know you know, you good with Ken and all them.
Yeah.
But I'm with, you know, I'm a member of the Platinum Chat with them, and I'm also a part of the NIL. And if you know anybody, man, you know, we looking for new donors. Y'all want to keep this talent in house and keep this thing going. Year after year, y'all join that collective, man. I'll go ahead, or if somebody can post that link, I'll post it once I hop off of here. Y'all join that, man, please, because we got as y'all see, we got some talent, man. And you know, the team's already coming for our guys. They coming for them, and we got to keep this thing going. So I done made my commitment already. I done put mines in, and you know, if y'all looking to join, let's keep, you know, Travis Terrell, all of them, they coming after all our guys. Y'all know that. So they go pluck them from the HBCUs and have them 4th to 5th string on the FBS roster. But we got to keep our talent in house.
Hold them like that now. You can only have 105.
Well, that's true.
Yes, NIL is very important to maintaining the roster. So,
yeah.
And you can, Ken has his shows Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on KC 1400. And so you'll be able to get the links and stuff to join from there. So y'all, if you know, think about it, every little bit helps. And we all love Jackson State. So let's, you know, personally, I didn't go to Jackson State. I got recruited by Jackson State, should have went to Jackson State, went somewhere else. But either way, I'm down for the cause with my people, man. And I'm a Jackson State fan, and my money goes to Jackson State. So therefore, I am Jackson State. So appreciate you, though. All right. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, man. I'm going to hop back in the chat, man. Y'all have a great one.
D, I love.
D, I love, because I only love D. All right, now.
All right. Hey, Zoe. What's up, Zoe?
What up, Timona? Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. So wait. I'm gonna mute you when I'm talking, and then I'm gonna mute myself when you talking. Zoe, give us a recap of today's events. Give us a recap of today's game and what we have to expect. Thank you so much for coming on, Zoe.
I mean, you're welcome. Today's game and the events were pretty much like what we all expected. We just pretty much highlight today's game was a microcosm of the season and of what we told everybody about this team. You know, from fall workouts up until this point, man. It was a myriad of things, right? We showed we talked about recruiting, so we always talk about the depth of this team, you know. And I'll even venture to go back when we talk about quarterbacking. You know, I don't know if people remember, but a long time ago, I told everybody, you know, I said even when Shador was, I was like, man, look at our quarterback room. I told everybody when TC first got here, Zod McDonald is a dog, and we've been saying this. Even going into the last season, you know what I'm saying, in fall camp, I was telling everybody, I was like, look, you know, Jace Brown was the starter, brought on Jacobian, which is another 3-star, and you got Zod McDonald, who was a 3-star, who was, you know what I'm saying, in contention to start at ULL. And, you know, he came in and did what he always did. What you guys saw in the field today was the same thing you see him do in practice. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, and we speak to it, and again, you know, even, I can't. His name escapes me right now. But even the freshman that we got in Texas, you know, the only reason why he didn't even get out there because he was hurt. And trust me, he is nice. No. The other freshman we got from Texas got hurt. Stouffer. Like Stouffer's a dog. Stouffer is a real dog. And so we told everybody, look, nobody in the SWAC has the roster that we have. I mean, again, I know when it's coming from me or Ken or whomever, they think like, oh, we're bragging or, it's our team, so of course we're saying it. I'm like, no, you don't sit here and have the best recruiting class in the HBCU by far. Top 3 class in all of FCS year after year after year after year, think that it's not going to show itself. I mean, God, the first catch of the game was a Jameer Gardner. I mean, Jameer Gardner way down the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? So when we don't just have depth, we have quality depth. But this speaks to the recruiting that this staff does. You talk about all the guys who end up making plays. It's way down the depth chart. And so again, that's what showed itself in this game. It was our willingness to, and I'll say this and I'll be quiet, Timona. We flipped the narrative on this season. I have to say this. Remember, TC Taylor had to refill and rehire quite a few guys on this staff. They were so young, so inexperienced. That was going to work against us. But little do the people know that actually worked in our favor because we made damn good hires. And, beginning of the season, what was the narrative? Oh, Jackson State get out to these huge leads, and then teams come back. We don't know how to adjust. It spoke to the inexperience of this staff. Well, man, as the season went on, these guys gelled and worked and got used to each other. And we just put our head down, and guess what? We changed that narrative. It went from that to, Jack State is known as making halftime adjustments. And guess what we did today, Timona? We made halftime adjustments. You saw one team in the first half. Yes, you saw that, Jacobian went down, but then you input, next man up. But we still made those adjustments even with next man up. And again, the better team clearly showed itself. Cream rises to the top. And lo and behold, TC Taylor has led his alma mater, Jack State Tigers, to a 2024 SWAC Championship. And look, and I say this. I said the day that TC got hired, we interviewed TC. And I told him, and I told everybody, even on our platform, I said, listen, Jackson State University under TC Taylor will be it'll be very, very familiar. It's going to look like a W.C. Gordon team. I said, no, I don't expect TC to win 8 titles in 10 years. But guess what? TC Taylor's already ahead of everybody. 7-4 your first season. You go 10-2 the next season. Now we're 11-2 with a SWAC championship in year 2. And guess what else, Timona? I don't know if you paid attention to signing day, but ain't nobody mess with us for signing day. And we got some more.
We got 4 first.
Oh, but listen. Oh, but y'all don't know what's under the Christmas tree just yet. Y'all don't know the Christmas tree ain't even been unwrapped yet. So lo and behold, nobody in this SWAC is going to have a better class than what we're doing right now. Also, Willie Simmons got the job at FIU. I'd be remiss to say I think that's going to probably cause a little problem for FAMU, knowing that Willie Simmons is back in Florida. And I'll leave that alone. Man, but look, kudos to TC Taylor, Coach O and his staff. Kudos to all the players. And look, the I Love family. Kudos to y'all. Look, baby, we deserved it. Now we get to sit back and it's going to be an amazing Christmas. 2024 SWAC Champs on our way to Celebration Bowl to rightfully claim what's ours. And I don't know if y'all remember, but after we lost the Celebration Bowl, when Coach Prime left, it was me. I said it. I stood alone. I said, I'm glad we lost because I would much rather have TC Taylor win our first Celebration Bowl because it means more to him and it's going to resonate and hit more of a deeper level when one of our own lead us to win it, more so than Coach Prime. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what's going to happen next Saturday. I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
Zoe came over here with the heat. Y'all got questions for Zoe in the chat? Listen.
I got some sense.
Braxton said he got
We're going to say it there, Braxton.
All right, Zoe. So a question that I have is for this next week. I know you said in the chat that that they're going to practice on Monday. Can you give us a superficial rundown of how this week will work in terms of practices and when they plan?
Well, actually, there's a good chance they may practice tomorrow. So I'll get some more info on that. It's a good chance we may actually practice tomorrow and practice on Monday. Uh, but further course now. The same thing that we have that we'll do practice wise be pretty much the same thing that South Carolina State will do as well. Because I know people may say, well, they can kind of prepare for Jackson State, but they can easily sit there and have to prepare for both. So, they'll probably go in. I'm assuming, almost certain that they'll probably do something, doing all the reviews and everything right now as we speak, and then probably actually hit the field and start preparation on tomorrow morning.
Okay, and then quickly, can you give us a little background about Rob McDaniel, Zy McDonald, and I have been talking about TC's recruiting method in terms of the community colleges and the homegrown talent in Mississippi. Can you elaborate on the blueprint for his recruiting and his success?
I sure can. So, TC and let me just say this: it's TC and Otis. They're a package deal. All right. So I'm gonna peel the curtain back a little bit. It's a package deal. It's not just TC. It's TC and Otis, right? And so, being that it's the both of them together on the same staff, understand that when it comes to, and I'll to answer your question about Rob and who else you said? You said Rob and who else?
Quarterback.
Hi.
Okay, Zy. Okay, that's what I thought you said. So, Zy fits the mold of what we're doing. Local kid out of Ridgeland, and even Rob. You know what I'm saying? Rob is a local kid as well. We have great relationships all throughout the state of Mississippi. And I don't know if you know or listen, if I could take you back a while back, the state of the talent in Mississippi in the class of 2023, 2024, and 2025 is loaded. And we spoke to this, right? Because that's what Ken and I were recruiting guys. The talent of these classes were great. TC and Otis has great relationships all throughout the state. Plus, when you look at all now the former Jackson State players who are actually coaching within the state, it helps. So we have a great feel of what we can target that we can actually get to Jackson State. All right. Plus, you look at, what Ole Miss and Mississippi State do. They want to cherry pick what they think is the best in the state. But the thing is, they can't get them all because they still recruit out of state as well. And so because the talent pool was so deep, we were able to go out and get some of the things that we actually wanted to get. But also, I'll tell you this, one thing that they do very, very well is relationships. Those same relationships work with some of these same players. If they happen to sign somewhere else, you don't sit there and sever your ties. You still maintain great relationships, because the way the portal works is if they just so happen to leave, then Jack State is still a great place to come to, because we still have great relationships and open dialogue with those said players. And even the same thing that I'm telling you right now, Timona, we're going to reap the same benefits of what I just told you here in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
So your motivational speeches, they make you want to run through a wall, and should we be getting our ring size for two different sets of rings though?
So
I mean, I told everybody in August to go ahead and get sized up for their ring figure this year. I did. But look, we're not gonna put the cart before the horse, because as it stands right now, Southern leads the SWAC with 25 championships. Southern was second place with 20, and now Jackson State has 20. But I have to remind everybody that Jackson State and Grambling came into the SWAC in the same year, and Southern had a 10-year lead on us. So we're tied for second in SWAC history with 20 SWAC championships. But look, man, I'm telling you guys, next Saturday is going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a great game, but I have no doubt that my Jack State Tigers are going to win the Celebration Bowl, the first bowl victory for Jack State. And I'm telling you, our fan base is going to go bananas. And also, Timona, this signing day this week was the last early signing day. There will be no more. So bear in mind, when you have success the way that we have success, have the social media presence that we have the media team that we have, I mean, winning breeds winning. So I promise you, winning that Celebration Bowl is only going to help our recruiting efforts. So February, and I'm telling you, I already kind of know what's under the tree. Man, wait till y'all see these new gifts that's under the tree that we're going to unwrap.
Lord. So
Oh.
wait, somebody asked in the chat, can JSU fans order rings? Urban Bowl asked that.
Well, yes and no. You can't get an official team ring, but I mean, you can get the ring that we got and make your own, you know what I'm saying, and get your own carbon copy if you want to.
What you mean? What that mean? We get a replica?
Yes. You know we can't get team official the same ring the team gets. Hey, but it would be dope that they made like a certain replica so fans could get. That would be hard though.
All right. Nobody else is asking you any questions in the chat. All they keep saying is Zoe, but they ain't asking you no questions, so they must not got no questions for you. Wait, I do see one. Somebody asked for thoughts on South Carolina State. I feel like tonight we should just kind of like enjoy and bask the celebrate SWAC Championship.
Yeah, we'll talk about them tomorrow. But look, I do want to say this though, man. I know people won't be shocked, but man, kudos to Southern University though. There's no team that I'd rather beat more, but I still want to give kudos. Terrence Graves is a good coach. They still had a great successful season. I mean, those guys finished 8-5 in their first year and made it to a championship game. They do have some talent there, man. They just gotta recruit, man, and regroup. I actually think and could see Southern being projected to, win the West next season. So while I'm here, I want to give them a kudos on a good season.
Zoe, somebody asked, what did you think about Quavion Davis, our offensive line, and Givens, the matchup today between the two?
I think Quay held his own, man. I still think Kelby Givens had a good game. He got nicked up and got injured in that game, but I'll tell you what, man, I was impressed with that kid. He had his best game today in his career against Jackson State. He played with a lot of grit, man. He got banged up pretty good in that game. To the point where you could tell he left it all on the field. So I commend him for that. Commend him on having a solid career, man, because he had a damn good season. He just never really had great performances against Jackson State, but he had a damn good year. I mean, look, over 20 tackles for loss. I don't care where you play. That's amazing. And he had a good game today. Like I said, you could tell he got nicked up in that game, and he didn't come out. He still hustled, made some good plays. But I thought Quay did. I thought Quay did well, man. I thought we gave up some sacks. They showed some things. We gave up a couple of sacks. A couple of times I wish Jacobian probably could have got rid of the ball sooner, but nonetheless, man, they applied pressure. Like I said, they gave it all they had, man. They left it out on the field. So I gotta give kudos to Southern for the fight that they gave. But to answer your question, I thought Quay did a good job on it.
Next question is, what was your assessment of the running backs today, and what would you give them as far as a grade?
Oh man, I would give us I'm gonna give us a B+. We ran the ball as a team amazingly well, right? But I gotta call a spade a spade. Zai came in and really took the top off of it, but there's something to that, right? Because they didn't prepare for Zai, and Zai's a lot faster and athletic than what Jacobian is. Overall, as a team, we ran great, but that's adding the fact of the runs that Zai had. I'm not going to give us an A+ because A+ for us, knowing the talent that Irv has, A+ is like Irv himself getting 175, 200 yards. You know what I mean? And then, collectively, you're getting out almost right at 300 or a little bit over 300. That's A+ for me because we've seen what they can do at their best, right? And Irv still had a great game. You know what I'm saying? As a team, we had a great game. So I would give us a B+.
What would you give the coaching overall from the first half off on the offense and the defense, and then the second half on the offense of the defense?
I mean, coaching, I would on both ends, I would give it a B plus as well. That's not the best coaching job we've done, and this is not to say that we did anything bad, because it really is subjective, right? You know, we can sit there and say, you know, on some instances when we talk about what we did on offense, you know, people say, you know, we made some changes because we put Zion and he wrote the hot hand, but you know, we really didn't do much different. You know, Zion is a certain skill set, right? Because we didn't change anything philosophy. So, you know, philosophical in regard to our approach and what we like to do. It's just that Zai is quicker with the ball, getting it out of his hands, and Zai is a quicker, faster runner. You know, so it's just, you know, again, and it wasn't like it was a play made, you know, or a decision made to put Zai in the game. Jacobian got hurt. And then Zai came in and just did what he does. So, you know, if I want to give him credit for saying, hey, we're going to ride the hot hand, then, you know, you can give him credit for that, because he could have went back to Jacobian, but decided to stay with Zai. So on the coaching, I would just give it a B plus. You know, I like what we did. Southern on defense, I would give it a B plus as well. I've seen what we can do even better on defense, as great as we played. But Southern switch some things up. They changed some things on offense this game from the first game. And also, too, Southern went away in the second half for some of the things that they were doing that was working in the first half. You know, and you know, that's not necessarily due to us. So for that, that's why I say I'll give us a B plus.
Let me see. So for me, I love the defensive adjustments that we made. I know that you said that some of it was not due to us, but I feel like offensively, Southern got a little befuddled and tried to switch it up by switching out the quarterbacks. And Noah Bodden has more interceptions than he actually has touchdowns. So it was interesting to see the coach make that switch between Tissette and Bodden. Bodden was successful at throwing the ball the last time, but not necessarily converting the passing yards into touchdowns. What did you think about our secondary today?
I thought our guys battled. Right? Yeah, I think our guys battled. I mean, we were up for the challenge, and man, look, our guys hear the chatter all year about our back end being the weakest link, and they battled. But also to your point about Southern changing the quarterbacks, a lot of the throws that they did with Tissette, they did a lot of rollout, and I'm gonna be honest. Look, I like the kid. I think the kid has a great future and a good upside. But a lot of his passes, they rolled him out. And to be frank, they had a lot of drops too. In regards to on some of the passes that they have, they dropped a lot of balls. And had those balls been caught, then you talk about more yardage from them. And so when they put my take on them bringing Biden to put in the game was just to get a different feel for it. I don't really think that they just thought putting him in the game was going to be a repeat of what it was in the game early this year. Just thought they just wanted to get a different look, get a different feel. Maybe he could give us a spark with something. But, the one thing that Tissette has working for him more than Biden was be his elusiveness. Biden, we could easily get to him more so than we could Tissette. And Tissette had some good yardage on the ground. I'm shocked that they didn't even run him a little bit more, but I'm almost certain they didn't want to get him hurt because he got hurt in that first game, and the only thing they had left was Biden. So, but to answer the question, I think our DBs played fairly well in this game. We battled, man. Rob got 2 interceptions. We got a couple batted down passes. They completed some balls, but like I said, we battled.
And so hopefully you can stop by next week to talk about South Carolina State versus.
I will do. Look, Timona, thanks for letting me come up and listen. I love family. Who got it better than us? Nobody. Look, everybody go celebrate responsibly. Enjoy yourself. This was a long time coming. Hey, Timona, I guess we could put to bed the whole Deion's gone. Let him stay gone. TC here. TC's home. 2024 SWAC champs. We'll holler.
And that was none other than Zoe Phillips of Tiger Talk TV. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing those deets. You entered in the question too late. Thoughts about the quarterback change? Would you keep it the same or switch it up for the Celebration Bowl, and do dual systems with packages for both? Well, once again, there is definitely something that each quarterback brings to the table. And I think that one thing for sure is we'll make sure that all of our quarterbacks are hydrated. Zai is on the depth chart. He's third. And so he probably wasn't expecting to go in. So that probably could have had a reason why he started cramping up, right? Because he wasn't necessarily hydrated enough. Not asking Perry to get on. Why would you want Perry to get on here? So he can throw out the F-bomb and talk about how he knew they was going to lose all along. Here, let me put Perry on for y'all. Here it is right here.
Yeah, man, hey, write a check your ass in cash, man. That's all I can say.
There you go. That's your Perry. And here's a little bit more. This is from Southern. Let me pull up.
I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude.
Dang, that is a hard pill to swallow. When you know, man, when you think that you're gonna win, or actually, because Southern was definitely getting some momentum there. Let me see if I can pull this one up. Compliments of Dre.
Just a good old country tail whooping, They came out, they fired up, we broke down, it's whooped us, no doubt about that. They play good football team. Just a good old country tail whooping, They came out, they fired up, we broke down, it's whooped us, no doubt about that. They play good football team.
So there you have it. We're a good football team. Good football team. I'm going to go ahead and play the interview for Coach TC Taylor. It's a small clip of it. It's not the whole thing. I was trying to see if I could find the whole one, but let me see. All of these are like small clips of the coach talking. So
wow, it's just to be sitting right here now. SWAC champs, undefeated in the conference. It's a great feeling right now, and then to be able to host a SWAC championship game, and for these guys to come out and, the way we played in that first half, and then come out in the second half and get it done that way and convincingly, it feels great. It feels great. I mean, they listen, they listen. I stay on them. I stay on them talking about playing in December, and they was ready for this moment. Hats off to Southern, though. They came out and played their butts off in that first half. Really gave us fits offensively. They played with some tempo. Gave us fits. Their defensive line came out on fire tonight. We had to figure out ways, at halftime to come out and, you know, just put these guys away. But, you know, the two guys on each side of me, I can't say enough about Zy McDonald right now and Rob McDaniel. For those guys to come out here and play the way they play, you know, Zy come off the bench, you know, cold, and that was a pivotal drive to go down there and get a touchdown in the first half at the end of that half. I mean, that was pivotal. You know, we were down, you know, we needed that spark. And he came out there and took us down the field. You know, I just saw the look in his eyes, and he was ready to go. Rob came out and played a different position tonight. You know, he showed, you know, scouts that, you know, how versatile he is, NFL scouts, to play cornerback and go out there and make the plays that he made, you know, with the physicality they played with. But it was just a great job overall. I'm so pleased right now as the head coach, the leader of this team. I'm so excited for these coaches. You know, they've been working their butts off the last couple of weeks getting ready for this day. So, I mean, it's a great place to be in. Great time to be a Tiger.
All right. Let me see if I can find the other parts of his, or other snippets of his interview. This particular excerpt is Jackson State football head coach TC Taylor says quarterback and Ridgeland grad Zy McDonald is a technician. He says that he asked McDonald if he was ready to get in the game when Jacobian Morgan left with the injury. McDonald immediately led JSU to a touchdown to tie the game right before the half.
I believe in all three of those guys. You know, I've been saying all year how good those three guys. They all played tonight. You know, all three of those guys could play. Zy is a technician, though. You know, Zy is a technician. Kobe went out there and gave it his all. He was banged up. You know, his ankle got rolled up pretty good. But whichever one out there we believe in. You know, Cam started some games this year. Zy played a lot last year. You know, but the players rallied around Zy tonight. You know, again, like I said, he came out and I asked him before he went in there, what's some things that you're comfortable with? You know, and he used to, like, you know, allow me to run the ball around a little bit. So try to design some stuff for him to run the ball around a little bit, you know, get him going. He said that would get him going. Then we sit down, he and I at the half, and I said, tell me what you're comfortable with going into this second half. He told me those things, and I put it on the table for him, and he went out there and executed.
Okay. Next, Jackson State football DB Robert McDaniel says he knew when he transferred from Alcorn to Jackson State that TC Taylor's vision of winning the SWAC would happen. He says he wanted to make this statement game after not being named All-Conference or All-American. Of course, you know, today Rob McDaniel had 2 interceptions in this particular game.
My new coach TC, he brought me back in for a reason, and he told me once I had signed there, we're bringing the championship back. And I wholeheartedly believed that moment we was gonna have the team, we was gonna have the effort, the execution was gonna be there. All we had to do was trust the process, trust God, and keep working. The main point of this week was just our coach wanted us to dominate, and I feel as though we went out there and dominated, especially coming, you know, hosting the SWAC Championship game. It was definitely a blessing to be in this spot, and I'm just happy that we were just able to go out there and handle business. You know, going out next stop to Atlanta. Honestly, they were a simple team. I was really just clued in. I knew they were just going to take their shots, and I just felt a little disrespect not making All-Conference or All-American. I just wanted to make this a statement game, you know, giving all the glory to God, because without him, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm just happy I was able to go out there and execute and do my part to bring us a championship. It's just been a long grind. Like I said, I couldn't have been there without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and just being able to be in this position is just crazy. My first ever championship. I just appreciate Coach TC for bringing me back in and trusting him, trusting the coaches, trusting the process, and I'm just happy that we were just able to go out there and just, you know, this ain't even just a me award. It was a team award. I wouldn't have been able to get, you know, what I got when I was done.
Okay, let's see what we got next. And let me go ahead and credit David Edelstein, which is one of the local sports reporters that covers Jackson State. This next clip is going to be from Zy McDonald. Once we got out there and the game was just like practice, once coach called the plays to help me find a rhythm, it felt like playing in the backyard as a kid. JSU quarterback and Ridgeland grad Zy McDonald says he goes out to practice and competes like he's the starter. And so this particular clip is, of course, of Zy.
First and foremost, I just want to say all glory to God, because I could have did nothing without him. I promise. It's all him. But my mindset was just go out there and play my game. You know, trust the coaches, trust they plan, trust my teammates. You know, just have them boys rally around me. You know, just lead them down the field so we can score and win the game. Trusting God, trusting my craft, trusting these coaches. You know, the time that we put in all throughout the year, working our butts off. So I just, you know, just tend to trust my coaches, trust myself. And just trust my team. Man.
What was that like when coach walked up to you? What was that interaction like to say, hey, you're in?
He was just letting me know. He was like, be ready. Come on, let's go out there. Let's go. And I was ready for it. Every day, go out there and practice and just compete like I'm the starter. You know, that's my mindset every day. And then once we got out there in the game, you know, it was just like practice. I was comfortable. Once the coach called plays to help me find the rhythm, it just felt like playing in the backyard as a kid. First and foremost.
Ooh-wee. Imagine having 2 to 3 to 4 quarterbacks deep of talent. Okay. And this is the next clip. Make sure that you like the stream if you've not already done so. Please subscribe as well. This next clip is Jackson State football head coach T.C. Taylor breaks down with emotion after JSU wins the SWAC Championship. Taylor says he was reflecting on being the head coach now after playing for Jackson State and even playing in a state championship for South Pike in the vet.
It was just crazy, you know. Still, like right now, I'm just still taking this all in. Once I took this deal over, and, you know, the cupboard was bare, and you know, this is something that we built. You know, there was some guys, great guys around me. Coach O, I can't say enough about that guy. And just building it, it was a process, you know. And then I told him the other day, we were sitting there talking, like, did we think we'd be here this fast? And that's what's so crazy about all this right now. There's so many stories with this team, with this coaching staff. Yeah, I mean, I can go on all night about the stories that's tied into this year, but you know, I just had to sit there. I think I was standing on the 40-yard line in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game, and I couldn't move. You know, I was just stuck in that moment, just like, wow, you know, we SWAC champions. So much came back to me as a player, and, you know, just to be here now as the head coach, you know, to be winning a SWAC championship, I'm still hadn't really hit me yet. It was just crazy, you know. Still, like right now, I'm just still taking this all in. Once I took this deal over, and, you know, the cupboard was bare, and, you know, this is something that we built. You know, there was some guys, great guys around me. Coach O, I can't say enough about that guy. And just building it, it was a process, you know. And then I told him the other day, we were sitting there talking, like, did we think we'd be here this fast? And that's what's so crazy about all this right now. There's so many stories with this team, with this coaching staff. Yeah, I mean, I can go on all night about the stories that's tied into this year, but you know, I just had to sit there. I think I was standing on the 40-yard line in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game, and I couldn't move. You know, I was just stuck in that moment, just like, wow, you know, we SWAC champions. So much came back to me as a player, and, you know, just to be here now as the head coach, you know, to be winning a SWAC championship, I'm still hadn't really hit me yet.
I hope that those folks heard that part. It was bare. There was nothing left. All right. Okay. So, everybody who's wondering what that halftime speech was like, Coach TC Taylor says he challenged his team at halftime to decide if this is halftime to decide if it wanted this to be its last game for the season or not, the team. Coach T.C. Taylor said, he explained in more explicit terms that this is a brotherhood and he wants to keep going until there's no more football left. Well, I don't know what he told the team, but they unleashed.
Brotherhood. You want it to end tonight, and I told him maybe in a different way. But that's what I basically told him, and I told him I didn't want this to be the last time. I want to continue this. I want to keep going till there's no more football left. And I challenged the coaches too, not just the players though. I said, let's make these adjustments. Let's go win this football game. I'm proud of them, coaches and players, but I charged them up pretty good at the half. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the things I can't say, what I told them out there. But they always respond though. They respond. They listen to me. And they love me as a head coach. I love them, and I show them that each and every day. Brotherhood.
He lit they behinds up. Okay. Jacobian Morgan went out there and gave it his all. He was banged up. His ankle got rolled up pretty good. There will not be an update on the health status of Jackson State quarterback and Canton grad Jacobian Morgan, and initial thoughts of how it looks for him to be able to play Saturday. So basically, don't ask who's starting, because a part of like having some type of surprise for South Carolina State is them not knowing which quarterback to get ready, prepared for. So these interview clips are on Twitter. I'll post one link, I guess, right here. Hey, Brother Bakari.
What's going on?
How
I'm absolutely magnificent. How are you?
You're magnificent. You're magnificent, Brother Bakari.
Absolutely magnificent.
Why are you so magnificent? Why are you so magnificent?
Still here. And Jackson State did what we said they would do. How about that? They did what we said they would do. We got one more game. We have one more game. I remember I was on RNG show. I spoke on his panel earlier, and I mentioned what I said on your show, right? When they said what we think the score would be, I remember I picked Jackson State by 3 touchdowns, and I said since it's a rivalry, it would be close in the first half. But Jackson State is too talented and too deep, and Jackson State is going to wear them down, and it's going to end up blowing them out.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's to see how the health and everything is with everybody. I really see the same thing, and this is not a knock on South Carolina State. It wasn't a knock on Southern. Don't mean they don't have a good team or a good coach, but shit, Jackson State is just a different monster right now. Jackson State is just a different monster right now. Because you was talking about how many teams can go 3 deep at the quarterback and still do what they did today, right?
I mean,
what, they 2 deep? They 2 deep, 3 deep at the wide receiver too, right?
Yeah. All of our starting wide, not all of our, Rico Powers hasn't been playing. Fabian McCray hasn't been playing.
Yep. Then Henderson, ain't that his name? Got hurt.
Quan hasn't been playing for a couple of games.
Yeah. Yep. Isaiah Spencer, did he play today?
I didn't see him play today.
I didn't see him out there either.
Hopefully he's healthy for the
for the Celebration Bowl.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. There's no other. You're not going to find many teams, and not just HBCU. You're not going to find many teams on this level that can go that deep and can compete and still win. And that defense and that D coordinator, Coach Quinn, when he make those adjustments, those young men listen and respond. And when he make those adjustments, man, I don't know, man. It's like there's really nothing you could do. 7 games. The last 7 games, they have given up a total of 13 points in the second half. A total of 13 points in the second half, the last 7 games.
Right.
It's just a different monster. And I know the dude on from Howard who called the games. He don't ever want to say Jackson State is the best. And when Jackson State beat South Carolina State and he have a chance to put out another poll, he would probably figure out a way to have somebody else ranked above Jackson State. We know the coalition is against us. We know all the DDRs most definitely. So I saw somebody today go on a thing. Yeah, this let you know how great the other coach is. Look what he left for Jackson State. And I had to put in the chat, this success have nothing to do with him.
Right.
Nothing. This has nothing to do with him.
Right.
Give Coach T with everything. Because you asked me a couple of times after the games what I think about it, and I can talk about the play calling, but with everything I have said, like you can say this about Coach T, he know how to keep that team together. And today, when he had to switch quarterbacks, you saw Coach TC make adjustments and adjust his game plan. To see, because he called the plays, right?
Right.
And he adjusted his game plan. They got a complete coaching staff over there, and they have a 5-star general and Coach TC Taylor in charge.
Well, I will say this: it's not just like random trolls that are saying it. Like you'll see or hear even folks in HBCU spaces who know that there is less than 10 players left from Coach Prime's era, and they will still regurgitate that stuff. Like they know Zai is from Ridgeland, Mississippi. They know Rob McDaniel, both players of the game, offensively and defensively, and they're both from Mississippi. They see our recruiting that we've done recently. Like, they're just doing that. It's kind of like to, discount a win or discount the championship is to put Prime's name into it. They know that all of the stuff that we went through with Prime and how he disparaged the brand and made it seem like, why would you ever want to go to Jackson State? From you need to come play for our people to why would you ever go there? But you know what I did see? I saw some of the former players, Devontae Davis, who decided to actually go to, I want to say he went to Florida Atlantic, maybe. He decided to leave this past season. He was there on the sideline. Aubrey Miller was there. Cam Simon Craig was there. Isaiah Bolden was there. So there were several of the Jackson State players from the 2022-2021 class that were there supporting the Jackson State team. And they looked like they were having the best time ever. Because like I said, that culture and that feel and the love that you get, it's not something that is just because of Prime. And so I was actually glad when Prime left, because then you would be able to see for yourself that culture, the boombox, the band playing, the fans cheering and stuff like that. That's stuff that it happens whether he's here or not. And it's not something that you can transplant to Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah, they want clicks and likes and outrage. But you can't deny the recruiting of that coaching staff is out of this world, right? I think we're at 4 3-stars just in early signing day alone.
Yeah, you know, it was something when I was on like when I spoke on RNG panel earlier, and one thing I said that I noticed, and like I say I really don't watch power. I don't watch Power 4 football. That's what they call it now, Power 4. I watch FCS, and I watch the lower, and I watch the Group of 6, because I watch the teams that Jackson State or that the HBCUs are in competition with. So I don't concern myself with Power 4 football. It doesn't matter, right? I'm telling you, if you watch, Jackson State would have made a bowl game. I'm not saying they would have won the MAC. Jackson State would have made a bowl game in the MAC. Jackson State would have made a bowl game in Conference USA. Jackson State would have made a bowl game in the Sun Belt. If you watch the talent level that Jackson State have is right on there. The difference is because one is FCS, the FBS is scholarships, will be depth. But those are the ones I'm watching. I'm like, Jackson State, and we need a few more HBCUs to get to that level. And I'd be glad to see when they do, but this is about Jackson State and celebrating Jackson State and Coach T.C. Taylor and his staff and these young men that chose Jackson State after everything negative that was said about them, all on national TV, all on Club Shay Shay and everything negative that's been said about them. This show how Coach TC and Coach Owen, they say they were the only two in their room. This shows the work they did. This shows how they truly believe and how they truly believed in their process, how they truly believe in the process and believe in the university and believe they can do what they believe they could do what they're doing. Like I don't think this is not surprising to them. They believed it. And a lot of Jackson State fans fell off. Like I said, I've said some things about play calling, but in all honesty, when I sit and I look, Coach TC and that coaching staff, Coach O, everybody, they're doing excellent job. The youth movement they made with Coach Juvancy Jones being a special team coach, the linebacker coach who's not 30 yet either. Everything they're doing, Jackson State is on. Coach TC say the train and left. So don't try to get on it, but Jackson State is on the right way and on the move. And I think it's going to be another golden era. This is about to be another golden era for HBCU football. You about to start seeing, I believe you're going to start seeing them in the NFL again. Well, we have Jackson State have two on rosters right now, active rosters, and James Houston and Isaiah Bolden, and it was good to see him there. And I'm quite sure it was good for the players to see him there. He's on the roster. He's in NFL. He's playing. And he came from the same school y'all at, so don't let nobody tell you can't make it from here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was definitely good to see Isaiah Bolden and embracing the team and embracing the culture and letting them know, like, hey, I'm here on the sidelines. Because a lot of these young men on the team, there's really probably less than 15 players that he actually played with. Probably less than 15 that he actually played with. So all the other young men are new. They haven't had a chance. They know Isaiah Bolden, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like actually being able to see him, and he's on your sideline and he's supporting you. Dalen Baldwin is also a JSU graduate in the NFL, James Houston. And yeah, Bolden was with the team during the Tiger Walk. He walked in with them. I will say this. The only thing that I would say is, of course, we have to get those snaps down, right? Because I think maybe the center is used to snapping to Jacobian. We had a lot of low snaps in the game. But I think this South Carolina State matchup will be relying heavily on our secondary. But Brother Bakari, I'm sure you can definitely speak to this, which is that the secondary for Jackson State, that it got a lot better in the second half of the season and that they've made those adjustments and that they have worked really hard and have been successful of those pass breakups that basically shut down that pass game.
You know, when people talk about JSU, the back end of the defense, the secondary, it's really two games. It's FAMU and really Alabama A&M, right? People keep talking about how you can beat Jackson State secondary. But went out, like I said, 7 games that they have given up 13 points in the second half, the defense. So that means the secondary is doing something right. Of course, they've gotten much better. I don't know, man. The coaching, I'm telling you, the coaching is damn good, and the players they're receiving the coaching, and the guy, McDaniel, that was his name, right? Robert
Yep.
McDaniel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
He played really. He was the defensive player in the Alabama State game. I actually interviewed him after post game.
Yep. And you know what? He said he played like he said he had something. He said he had something to prove, and he played like he had something to prove. He's he was a beast. He was a beast out there today. He was a beast. The whole team, the whole defense, they adjusted to them spreading them out so they can gash up the middle. But even in the process when they was doing that, they were able to get 10 points. The defense still it bent but didn't break.
Mm-hmm. And that's usually what they usually allow one touchdown, and that's it. When you look at the FCS stats and how many touchdowns they allow in this past half of the season, it's usually one touchdown, and then more than likely you're not going to score in the second half. It's interesting to see the goalposts move from week to week. When folks pick the opposing team against Jackson State and say, yeah, this is the true test right here. Jackson State's not better than this team. Jackson State's not going to be able to contain this person, or this team has gotten better. And then Jackson State whoops they behind or comes out victorious, and now they move to the next team and they move to the next team. So for this particular game, this isn't the same team. This isn't the same mentality. Our defensive coordinator said, same team. And when asked, does he have anything that he has to worry about? And does he have any thoughts about it? And he said, I have none. There's nothing to worry about in terms of this particular team. And he, like you said, they made those adjustments and dominated in the second half.
Yep, it was, and my brother was messing with me. You keep bragging, my brother. Me and one of my I have a brother. He don't watch college football, but we watched this game together. He on a telephone because he in Florida. I'm in Georgia, and he trying to mess with me, get on my nerves. Man, Southern gonna wear Jackson State out. Look at that, they can't handle that quarterback. After halftime, he said, man, I already told you Jackson State was going to blow Southern. Jackson State was going to blow Southern out. But it was a great win. I don't know how many tickets were sold. We had a nice crowd at the game. And I can tell you this, because like I say, I compare them to what I think they're competing with. Lower FBS and FCS, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tell anybody, go watch the MAC championship game and tell me how many fans you see in the stands. Go watch the MAC championship game. It was nowhere near what Jackson State and Southern had today. Miami of Ohio and Ohio. Nowhere near. And that is something, you can tell when you're out there recruiting, and I'm quite sure they do. And when they hear us talk, they most hear you talk about the crowd and the attendance and all that. But why go there when you can come here and play in front of these many people? Play in front of and have the sonic boom with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have a lot of things. We have a lot of things in our favor. We have a lot of things in our favor right now. And I only see it getting better. And I do see other HBCUs gonna come up behind Jackson State and use some of the stuff they're using because they want to be able to compete. and that's good because I want them to get better as well. But Jackson State is a different monster. Yeah, that team is talented on the field and on the sideline. The sideline is the coaching staff. On the field, the depth, everything. That team, That's a real team. That team is they hungry. They the whole team is playing like they have something to prove. Like they feel they were disrespected. What they picked them to be third?
Picked them to be third. There was a couple of players that did not receive the nod for all SWAC or all conference or all, I guess, all American or the HBCU nod. So just taking a look, someone asked about the amount of tackles. So it looks like Shamar Hawkins led the team with 6 solo tackles, 2 assists for a total of 8 tackles, 1 sack for 3 yards, a 1 tackle for loss for 3 yards, 1 pass breakup. Ashton Taylor, 5 solo tackles, 2 assists, 7 total, 1 sack for 8 yards, 2 tackles for loss for 10 yards. Joshua Nobles, 2 solo tackles, 3 assist tackles for 5 total tackles, 1 sack for 15 yards, and 1 forced fumble. Jeremiah Williams had 1 solo tackle, 4 assists for 5 total tackles. Rob McDaniel had 3 solo tackles, 1 assist, 4 total tackles, and of course he had those 2 interceptions on the game. Everybody was just, like you said, some ball hawks. Get ball, see ball. Avery Salerno, our long snapper, had that
Fumble recovery
on the game. Cameron Smith, of course, he also had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. So, like you said, everybody on the team is hungry, and they played like it, and everybody had a point to prove, right? Because of the disrespect that they've been getting all season long, the naysayers, they're basically turning that hate into motivation. 307 yards rushing. A lot of people were pointing out what Alabama State did in terms of the rush game and the ability to shut down Jackson State. And I was just like, newsflash, Southern is not Alabama State.
No, they're not. But kudos to Southern. So how many people was at the game? So the numbers they putting in the chat, is that for Jackson State? 32,000?
23,000.
It was 23,000.
That's what they said. The Southern fans did not show up. I think they felt like they did not have a chance to win, and so they did not show up.
Okay, say the MAC championship had 15,000. Man, I believe it was more than just me, just for my eyes. I ain't counting. Because somebody put in the chat said 32. I believe it was more than it looked like it was more people there than there was at the FAMU game.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: it was more people there, and that was me sitting on the side, standing on the sideline.
Yeah,
it was more than 23,000 folks there. I don't believe in that.
It just looked like it to me. Like I said, just my eye. It looked like, because I was at the FAMU game. It looked like it was more there than at the FAMU game.
What you try to tell us? I mean, they did say that they had 40,000 bought tickets. I don't know if that was how sometimes, I don't know why they don't understand that Black folks don't too much do that. Like, when scalpers try to buy tickets and then blow up the price. Yeah. It don't really work for Black events, not like football games. We not finna, if you buy a whole bunch of tickets and try to resell them, you're gonna end up losing your money. Because we not buying $200, $300 ticket. It's not gonna work. We'll just be like, we ain't going.
I was looking at this. Somebody was trying to give me some tickets earlier, and I looked at them like, bro, I don't need no tickets. I'm about to walk up into this
Conference USA Championship had 15,682.
and they play that on the camp. They play that on the host campus stadium.
And that's what I'm saying, and that's more or less like what we are competing with. And I can't wait till we to the point and we understand we can beat those. So when we play those FBS schools, I think them the ones we should play. Don't worry about trying to go get no money game against no SEC or anything like that.
So then my next question is this: for the foreseeable future, with so many changes happening in the SWAC and with Southern coming out so heavily in Coach Graves' first year and finishing, what do you think for him? Do you think that it's going to be a repeat for him?
I think they have a chance
To clinch
to
the SWAC West.
Yeah, I think they have.
And 8-5.
Yeah, they have a chance to repeat because you got in the West, you're gonna have a Prairie View team that's gonna have a new coach. You got a Texas Southern team with Chris Dishman. He's gonna be in the second year. Coach Hampton's gonna be in his third year at Pine Bluff. And Coach Mickey is gonna be in his second year at Grantwood. So I think he does have a chance.
What about them big bad Braves, Doc? What about them big bad Braves?
Oh, I forgot
big
Braves.
sad Braves.
I forgot about them. I forgot about them Braves too. They
big sad
they can make
Braves.
some noise too. They can make some noise also. So
that's what I've been saying. It's gonna be between them two. That's what I believe. It's gonna be between Southern and Alcorn again.
Right.
Well, I know that the way that the SWAC is running now, with Coach TC going undefeated in the SWAC in his second year after losing 80 plus players, at this point in time, these coaches are on a very short leash. It's like you 2 and out.
And that's not fair. Seriously, it's
not fair. But it's the nature of the beast.
I agree, but it's not fair.
Not fair. Why are you saying it's not fair?
Valley, 2 years you're gonna compare them to Jackson. That's what I mean. Jackson State is and was. They was before Dion. They still is and they will be what they are. The Mecca. People know Jackson State.
So can you expound on what the Blue Bloods of HBCU football? I'm just gonna, kind of just pause a little bit because I want to hear your take, of course, on which HBCU football programs do you consider to be Blue Bloods? There was a conversation and someone said that Jackson State football is not a Blue Blood.
Oh, let me.
So I just wanted your I wanted your take on that.
Jackson State is most definitely a Blue Blood.
Jackson
Grambling. Go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh no, I wanted Brother Bakari's because Doc spoke on it we spoke on it the other day.
Oh,
but I want to hear.
It's been solidified though. I when I was at the game today, and I saw BJ Jones, and he came up to me. We chopped it up for a second. He was like, "Y'all Blue Blood, no matter what." Y'all.
I just wanted to hear Dre. I just wanted to hear what Brother Bakari thought were the Blue Bloods.
Yeah, Jackson State, Grambling. I saw somebody put in that Tennessee State, right? On the thing. I saw somebody. If we going by draft picks, what we going by draft picks, Hall of Famers,
go by overall.
Conference titles, Black national titles. Shit. South Carolina, I would say South Carolina State because they have Hall of Famers. They've had they've had good run, but like I say, I named it too. I can say you can put Southern. Southern can be considered a blue blood. Look at the history of Southern football.
Mm.
Well, they have three Hall of Famers, 25 SWAC championships. I don't know how many black national titles right now, right off the top of my head.
Southern has 20 SWAC championships, so we just tied them.
So another question that I have is moving into this next week, there is a question mark on whether or not Jacobian Morgan is going to be 100%. What do you see is the game plan for Jackson State now that it's been revealed that Jackson State has multiple weapons at the quarterback?
Well, if they keeping it a secret about Jacobian Morgan,
nah,
they don't know who the game plan. South Carolina State don't know who the game plan for.
I'm sure they've probably been preparing for the last couple of weeks for Jackson State.
For Jacobian Morgan, though, they've been preparing for the offense with him being the starting quarterback.
Right.
Zai did a great job. When he came in, he got him. He was he got him crying. He was energized the team.
I feel like this next week, it's just the last hurdle that Jackson State has to go through in order to claim, the title, Celebration Bowl champs. We're right here, literally less than 7 days away from claiming that title that we weren't able to get after visiting there 2 times. Just like they say, third time's the charm, right? We need to bring home that Celebration Bowl title. Are you going to Celebration Bowl?
You talking to me?
Yeah, both of y'all.
Yep, because I'm waiting on my friend to ride. He decided last minute we weren't coming to the game because I was riding with him. But I live here, so yes, we are.
Doc, you going to the game?
Just see how I'm gonna get. See how the fun's gonna be.
Well, I'm going to the game, so y'all make sure y'all make a donation. I don't have Braxton next weekend. It's my weekend off.
Look at you.
I need to go on Friday to the Radio Row at the Celebration Bowl. I did receive credentials for Radio Row, which will take place Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., including doing a live show during the Radio Row. I'll be and having a chance to interview coaches and several different people that are associated with the Celebration Bowl. So y'all make a donation, okay? Because I'm going on Thursday night. I'll be headed to Atlanta, Georgia. All donations are greatly appreciated. Dre says that we have 19, we had 18 before today. Dre seems to think that we only have 18 SWAC championships.
Yeah, 20.
And Southern had 19 going in today. He said that is incorrect for whatever they put on the ESPN list. How many SWAC championships does Southern and Jackson State have? So Jackson State University has 19. They won in 52, 53, 54, 55, 58, 61, 62, 63, 64. I don't think they win all those years?
Yeah.
67, 68, 69, 70, 72, 73, 77, 1980, 1995, 2022, 2021, and 2024. I don't know if this thing is right, but we have 19, y'all. Look it up. ESPN was wrong. Jackson State and Southern both have 19 now. So Garrett Busby is wrong. Irv broke Walter Payton's record versus, is it Alabama State or
What record? Now the record, talking about single season rushing record.
no? They're asking specifically for Walter Payton's record. They're not asking for the 1,600 rushing yards that has not been broken.
As far as his career rushing records at Jackson
When
State.
did Irv Mulligan? When did Irv Mulligan break Walter Payton's record? I want to say it was versus. I don't even know. Who did we play after Alabama State? I got a great area. Okay, yeah, Alcorn. So that's when he beat it. When we were at Alcorn, he beat Walter Payton's record. That's not the reigning record at Jackson State.
So Walter Payton had the single season rushing record at Jackson State. Just single season, just one season.
No, he did not. Somebody else did, and he went to the NFL, and it's like 1,600 yards.
No, what I'm saying is this is what I'm saying.
Dre, what's the name of that young man who had 1,600 rushing yards?
That was Destry Wright. Destry Wright broke Walter Payton's single season rushing record. That was in 1990. Was it 1998, 1999? He broke it because Walter had it for a long time. Nobody ever touched it. Not even like running backs like Ricky Jordan or anybody like that. Yeah, Destry Wright. Call him D-Train, Big Country.
Okay, so Destry Wright has over, like, I want to say 1,600 yards, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right. So we're just speaking specifically to Walter Payton's rushing record. Walter Payton had, I want to say, dang. Dang, it says he finished his career rushing 3,563 yards.
At Jackson State. Yep.
Right. He's from Columbia, Mississippi.
Oh, Walter Payton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy. Dang, in 1972, he was playing Lane College. It says as a sophomore in 1972, he had his biggest scoring day against Lane College. Dang, we was playing Lane College in 72.
Yeah, but
so there's nothing wrong with playing Lane College. It's history.
Yeah, but that's when we were actually we was somewhat in like Division II.
Okay. Similar to when North Carolina Central plays Winston-Salem State.
You can say Lewis. Oh, that's right. He didn't break Walter Payton's record. It was Lewis Tillman that had the record for a single season rushing record, and Destry Wright broke it.
I think that the people who are speaking on Irv Mulligan are specifically focused on how many rushing yards Walter Payton did in a single season, just because Walter Payton is the more recognizable name. So when these outlets are saying Irv Mulligan surpass Walter Payton's record, that's what they're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? They're not necessarily focused on who has the most rushing yards in a season. They're just focusing specifically on Walter Payton.
Yep. Hey, Timona, thanks for letting me speak on your panel. I'm going to step down.
All
I'm going
right,
to listen
thank you so
offline. I got
much.
to step down. All right.
All right.
Hey, Doc, I'll holler at you later, my man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
Doc, you got some good footage?
I did. I was loading up the post-game press conference. What's up, Braxton? I was loading up the post-game press conference, and I got some other stuff I'm about to upload on the laptop. It might be I could have it probably by tonight, or I might have some by tomorrow when I get back home.
Okay, what did you think overall about the game?
About the game experience. Our defense wanted to go out there and play with some bad intentions. And it started at the coin toss.
What happened at the coin toss?
Oh, the ref was trying to kick his ass out the game at the coin toss. I said, nephew had bad intentions at the coin toss.
What did he say? He didn't say his normal welcome to Jackson, Mississippi?
I don't know what he said, because I kind of got there like 1 second late after it was said, and next thing you know, I was like, oh, they about to be on one. Like, I'm on the sideline, I'm talking to Blue, and I'm looking at the defensive lineman. Tamon Wells, number 50, gave me this look like it's time to go hunting. Like, they was trying to play with some bad intention today. And I was like, oh, this game is gonna be a blowout. just them looking at Evan Henry was on one. Kurt Ford was on one. Oh my goodness. Josh Noble was on one. Philip Webb, as quiet as he is, right? He was on one.
So what was said at the coin toss? Did he say welcome to Jackson, Mississippi? Because that's what he usually
But that's
says.
the thing, because when I got to the coin, like all media just flushed to the field for the coin toss. I didn't even get a chance to hear what he had to say. Like because I hit him up on Twitter. It was just funny. I was like, you know what? It's about to be a long day for Southern.
Ken said he has the footage and he'll drop it tomorrow. Well, say less. You got to be on your P's and Q's.
Hey, look, man. I was trying to get everything I can, and as soon as
Ashton Taylor, been a thumper. That's the one that hit the quarterback in Alabama State to get a safety.
Oh man, he was
Ashton Taylor, been a thumper.
Talking to those kids after the game, talking to Reed Pulliam. He said this was his first ring for himself.
Who said that it was their first ring?
Reed Pulliam.
What did Reed say?
Said it was his first ring, his first conference championship ring. But but he was like, it ain't done because he want that national title ring.
Facts.
He he said like it's not done. He's like it ain't done yet. So
I think we ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet.
Hey, Brett, we can't get player interviews because they have to go. It has to be approved by the SRD. So
I feel like next week, boy, them boys coming with a chip on their shoulder again. They want to ring. It's
They want to atone for what happened in 22.
22, 20, 22, 23.
Well, you know what I'm saying is the last time we went to the Celebration Bowl.
Most of those young men.
Is there some few of them that still
It's
on the
only
team
a
from
few
that?
of them that was on that particular team, right?
Right. Yeah. So you got players like Evan Henry. This is his second chance. Evan Henry and Kurt Ford. I think these are their second conference championship ring. K1.
Oh yeah,
This is
K1. This is his
K1
third.
This is his third. You talking about Moultrie is still on the
Gency.
team. Gency, this is his third one. Moultrie, this is going to be his third one.
Amari Matthews, huh? Even though he's been a red.
Amari is his. This is his. Yeah, this will be his third one, even though he was a red shirt. Kobe Paul, same way. Like you got a lot of
Rico Powers.
second one. It'll be Rico's second one. Yeah, Brianna, I agree with you on that. But because the start of the college football playoffs start that following week, they didn't want to. They're not trying to chance it. And it's still good to have us to be the first actual bowl game to actually start off bowl season.
You can drop your post game press conference link in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right, well, let me go ahead and be a little bit more petty, and then we're going to close it out. Shout out which sign did you see that was the pettiest?
Quays.
Kevin Coleman was there.
Yeah, they didn't have no game today. Their season was done.
Kevin Coleman sat 2 rows in front of me. I spoke to him. Oh wow. Jay should have his Sonic Boom of the South. I'm gonna go ahead and share some of these photos of our players. This is a Stanley Cooks. I want to say, is there an S at the end of his name? I want to say it's Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Defensive lineman. If you guys didn't know, Lord, do you hear Braxton?
I heard him.
I gotta stop playing all those petty meme videos in front of him because he repeats them. So,
I got to meet him.
Oh, you did? So, earlier in the year, we had a competition on Twitter for which stadium is the best. It was basically based off of fan voting.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge on Twitter. Basically, you had Jackson State fans putting basically videos of the stadium and the culture, the experience, and it was a really big deal. And we actually were able to. He presented a certificate today. Crazy, right? I'm gonna pull up the certificate that he presented to Jackson State. He presented it to Hakeem. Breaking news from Sonic Boom. What is the breaking news? What is the breaking news? So congratulations to Jackson State on winning College Football Campus Tour's 2024 Best FCS Stadium Invitational on X. So we got an award for that, y'all.
I talked to he was actually looking for you too today.
He was looking for me?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because he, when he's on, on Twitter, he looks at all of us.
Okay.
Hey, Cena. Do
you even know who that is? You saw her today.
Who?
Miss Cena.
Oh.
Y'all, this is now. Y'all tell me, is that 23,000?
Nah, I told you.
Let me get
It's
up
more
off
than
of
that.
here. Let me get up off of here before I. Sun Belt Conference Championship only had 20,000. So,
would it be if I crisscross?
Yeah, Sun Belt champion. So basically, we outperformed some of the group of fives or group of fours. Of course, defense wins championships, right?
Always.
Here we go.
Somebody that must have been at the Bethune game, SWAC Champs 2024. They must have been putting that in the air. Ooh, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what's going on? Hang on just a second. Wait a minute. Is this what we standing by for? Hang on. Ooh.
Bad
I know I gotta go to that.
The Boom would say they got bad intentions. Woo.
Yes, y'all. How do I apply for credentials for that?
It should be on the athletic website, and then you click on the one for the Boom.
Not for a Friday night. Let me go. Ooh. Let me get my tickets. Oh, Lord.
No need, just show up.
You talking about petty?
Yeah.
Freddie G was active up on Twitter. Yeah. Freddie G needs to be in timeout.
More. Leave square alone.
How much more do you want, Mommy?
3. Oh, it's free, y'all.
Right. Yeah, it's free. So in other words, who want to go see that battle of the bands right there? Come on, SMU, stop dropping the pad. I'm sorry, I'm watching SMU and Clemson right now.
Man, I left Alcorn for this BS.
I talked to Coach Fred too. I talked to Coach Fred right there.
You asked him where he going to be the next head coach?
Nah, I ain't asking all that. Just asking how you
You'll do that.
Thing.
So basically,
he
what
was
you're
happy.
saying is you'll do that petty stuff on the calls that we get the weekly call. but you ain't gonna ask him. You'll ask him petty. You'll ask the question on there, but you won't ask him, and you right there in front of him.
I wasn't being petty. I just, man, you look happy, man. You look happy to be back in the championship game.
Do he look happy right now in this picture?
I mean, not from that play. Nah, he don't look happy right now. But I'm talking about before the game. He was upbeat. He was upbeat.
Look at y'all.
Hey, Ray, I did not get a chance to tell you trying to get him a job. I'm gonna let him know.
Facts. Doc be asking those hard-hitting questions on the call, and you didn't ask what everybody else wanted to know, which is, Coach Fred, where you headed to? Where you gonna be? Where you gonna be at?
Hey, Brandy, I'm gonna tell Coach Fred. I'm gonna tell Coach Mac, you his agent. I'm gonna give him your number.
Why we being petty? Let me go ahead.
He made it big time, Willie. Willie! He gone! Willie!
Hey, tell Jerome come up, man, because that is straight gangster about Dr. Little right there.
The I love.
That is straight gangster.
No, but all jokes aside, Willie really did make it big time.
He really did, man. That's something that was something that he was striving for too. So,
hey, Jerome. Wait, let me put this standby up, because what? Sonic Boom of the South, they're gonna sit up there and put up the standby on here. Ooh, look at Brandy being messy.
Hey, low key, that might not be what the standby is for. I think they got something up their sleeve for halftime. So I think it's gonna be a big time standby.
but what you think? But what you think about the night with the boom on the same night as the Battle of the Bands?
Hey, I feel it's very well calculated, and low key, I think there's gonna be more high school kids in attendance with the night with the boom than that ESPN Battle of the Bands. People got to understand the boom is like really, really, really super popular, especially in Atlanta. And for a lot of these kids to get the opportunity, not just to see the band live, but possibly, talk to the staff and maybe do some auditions. But for them to do that the night of the ESPN Battle of the Bands, that's next level diabolical, man.
That is straight gangster. I'm trying to figure out, when did Dr. Little come out of Jackson? Was it?
He came out 07. Yeah, like 07 or 08.
Man, come on now. Come on now.
Looking at the opportunity, we all know there was a lot of shady stuff with that Battle of the Bands last year. And for Jackson State to go back to Atlanta after performing in the Super Bowl with Usher, gearing up for the Tournament of Roses parade, this is a great opportunity, not just for performance-wise, but just for continuing that dominance in the Atlanta market. I definitely applied the Sonic Boom, the JSU Athletic Department, Office of Undergraduate Recruitment. Anytime we go to Atlanta or any outside city, outside of our market, they all do a great job of kind of tackling that market. They go to various high schools, recruiting the entire time. They do auditions, just a lot of great opportunity to reach out to prospective students and student athletes. So this appears to be another great endeavor, to have a night with the boom. I look forward to finding out where the location will be, because I know a lot of us, including myself, I'll be coming in Thursday evening. So looking forward to, that event and any other JSU event that weekend.
Hey, everybody.
What's up,
What up, Jay?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good. You at home now?
I made it home. I haven't like made it to my house yet. I'm stopped at McDonald's. But Jerome, to that point, the Boom actually just dropped the location.
Okay.
They're gonna be at Midtown High School in Atlanta. I'm a tag Timona in it so she can see it. So it's gonna be at Midtown High School. The event starts at 5, and they actually have a sign up Google form thing to sign up for it. It
Okay.
says the first 200 RSVPs get to perform with the Boom during a special playing
Nice.
session. That's for like
Nice.
the high school students. And the doors open at 4:30 too, as well.
So is this going to be like at the stadium or inside, an auditorium on campus or?
It doesn't say on the flyer, but it does say it's a free event. It'll, feature performers from the Sonic Boom, and it's also admissions and audition info session in partnership with Jackson State as well.
Nice. Good deal. Good deal.
This is a top tier recruiting event.
It is.
Like,
It is,
not
but
just for band members, but for Jackson State as a whole to be able to do this and have it at that high school.
Yeah. The same day of
Did you get
Battle of the Bands.
Um,
It's still diabolical though.
Well,
Hey, let
usually
me
I
ask
got
that.
it.
Hey, let me ask y'all. So, in the theme of attendance, what do y'all think? The attendance going to be this weekend coming up?
Well, I talked to Mr. Grant today about that, and really he said that the attendance for the stadium is going to be capped at 50,000. Unless
Okay,
it's
we can
more
rock with
people
that.
unless more people come in. The what's that? The third level of the stadium is, they're gonna seal that off unless they get more people to buy tickets and stuff like that. But he did say it was gonna be capped at 50,000.
Okay. Y'all think we can get 50,000?
We playing for the Black Master Championship game.
I do think
I expect nothing less than 50.
I feel that Jackson State on their own can bring out 25,000. I do feel like we can bring 25,000 to the table.
Yeah, we could definitely bring 25. I mean, we've had games where we brought 30 to to a classic or to MEAC SWAC.
Yeah, the MEAC SWAC Challenge, I want to say that we broke that record when we were in Atlanta in 2023. That was the first game for Coach TC. I can remember it like it was yesterday because we literally led 37-0 for the majority, or no, we were belt to ass for the majority of the game, and in the last 2 to 3 minutes they ended up scoring a touchdown, but it was an ass whooping of epic proportions, right?
Facts. Even in 2019 when we played Bethune-Cookman there, I think we sold it out that year as well. So and we still had thousands of fans outside tailgating. So anytime we go to Atlanta, it's kind of guaranteed 25, 30,000. But I think we could definitely hit 50. One of the things I was very impressed with the last 2 Celebration Bowls we attended or participated in, there was a lot of folks that were kind of drawn to the game from a lot of different HBCUs. So I really hope I didn't see that. I didn't really see that aspect last year. But now that Jackson State is coming back to Atlanta, I look forward to seeing a lot of HBCU alums from all the conferences like we saw in 21 and 22.
Right. And I feel like for a lot of Jacksonians and Jackson State alums, the ability for us to go to the Celebration Bowl, this is going to be our 3rd time in 4 years, 3 times the charm. I know for me, I went the first year, I was devastated. The second year, when Prime said he was going to, I had my hotel booked. I had my tickets. This is before I even jumped into the podcasting space. I was just a Jackson State alum that wanted to go to the Celebration Bowl. And when he did that little number, SWAC Championship, I didn't even go. I did not even go. I was like, Braxton was in Charlotte. I stayed at home and watched that game so for us, this is kind of like retribution, redemption. And I feel like this is our year to take it. So Brianna says that she feels like it'll be more like 40. And I think that's probably, I feel like if we bring 25 to 25,000 or maybe 27,000, I think that South Carolina State will bring maybe 10 to 12,000. I think that they can bring that out. But then it might not even just be South Carolina fans. It might be 10,000 South Carolina State fans, and then you're going to have 3,000 folks who are not not associated with either teams, right? I feel like a lot of SWAC folks are going to be coming out as well. This is a great matchup. And the reason why I say that is because when I look at South Carolina State and I look at their schedule and I say, well, who has South Carolina State faced on their schedule that has similar background in terms of a defense? And I just don't see, and I might, Morgan State got their asses handed to them. So they obviously did not have the defense that they thought they had. It was 54-7 for Morgan State versus South Carolina State. So when I look at their schedule and I say, who had a decent defense that they faced? I couldn't find one. Morgan State's supposed to have all world type of
what about North Carolina?
It's not. Hey, Timona, it wasn't all world. It was God's defense.
It was who?
God's defense.
Right. So yeah, when I look at their schedule, of course, Florida A&M beat them. It's a highly contested game, of course, on, the Citadel ended up with a 5-7 season, right? So they were basically in the middle of the pack on their perspective conference. I know a lot of times it seems like MEAC people weigh FCS games that are not HBCU games. They weigh them heavier than they would against another HBCU. So basically, they would give more weight to a Citadel than they would a FAMU game. So when I look at their perspective roster, or not perspective roster, but their schedule, I'm just like, the majority of the folks on their schedule were trash. If we just gonna keep it a buck.
How does Central rank?
Central was the only one that had kind of like a defense.
So Central and Central, they lost only by a field goal, right? But for me, I'm trying to look. Citadel 5-7. Florida A&M ended out 7-5. They beat them by 3 points. North Carolina A&T, they only won one game. The Georgia Southern game they weren't very competitive. Tennessee Tech, I want to say, didn't they both end up winning, tying for the
Big South OVC.
Tennessee State
Yes.
and Tennessee Tech?
No, it was Tennessee State and Southern Missouri, Southeast. It was Simbo.
No, but it was a 4-way tie though.
It's like a 4-way
Oh,
tie. They all
okay.
ended up with the same record. So I think the only games that you could really look at is maybe the Tennessee Tech game, the North Carolina Central, and FAMU. Everything else is a wash. Fort Valley State is a D2 school. Delaware State, not good. Howard, not good. Morgan State, not good. Norfolk State, not good. I want to say everybody in the MEAC outside of Central had losing records this year, right? They could say the same thing about us, but Alabama State has the number 3 defense, total defense in all of FCS. And Blue says that Tennessee Tech, South Carolina State doesn't have a large fan base coming out of Orangeburg. So at this point, the only people that are going to come, Jerome, for us to have that big of a crowd is going to be people who think that South Carolina State can beat us and they want to see it in live. They want to see it live. Right?
Look, I still got Jackson at least bringing 30 to 35,000. That's just me.
You have us bringing 35,000?
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about, how we traveled to Memphis, how we traveled to Atlanta for the MEAC SWAC, even with the Celebration Bowls, we brought at least 30,000 consistently. So I think anytime we go out of town for a big game, whether it's a classic or a Celebration Bowl or a MEAC SWAC Challenge, we typically bring that number. If we're looking at South Carolina State to bring 10,000 and then sprinkle in, an additional 3,000 to 5,000, we could be looking at 45,000. So I think him capping it at 50 is a pretty good strategy.
So for us, for this particular game, which me and Kobe will be having a breakdown in the middle of the week, he's going to pick out his prospective players and I'm going to pick out mine. I will say this. South Carolina State has not met a defense like Jackson State. And Jackson State has met a formidable defense in Alabama State, right? And we saw that Alabama State was able to stop the run game. So for us, it's going to be about matchups. And for me, I think it's also going to be about the fake outs. And what I mean by that is, they're going to be trying to shut down Irv Mulligan. And that they're going to be trying to shut out Travis Terrell. And there's also a lot of players that we have on the roster that they haven't even seen yet. If I'm Coach TC Taylor, I am opening and throwing up some stuff that they haven't seen all season in terms of matchups. That's the way to win. They've had 3 weeks to sit around and just look at our film week in and week out. Look at our film, find some weaknesses. So for us, it's going to be about switching it up and hitting them with something that they haven't seen before. Morgan State was easily the best defense South Carolina State played. Brother Bakari, do you know what that score was? That score was 7-. That wasn't their best defense. That was terrible.
Was it 54-7?
Yes, Morgan State did not do anything.
Offensively, they didn't do anything.
Defensively, if you're able to score 54 points, you ain't do shit either. What are we talking about here? That was terrible. Trucker says that this is the best season they've had in 10 years. North Carolina Central was definitely their best defense. And I feel like that's also kind of like one of those games. It was in South Carolina State. That was a dogfight. They're gonna load the box and dare our quarterbacks to pass. I feel like they're gonna try to eliminate the run game. You just have to have an answer for it. Don't try to take it up the middle. Oh, and that's another thing. South Carolina State had the FAMU game, didn't they? And FAMU came back. I'll just say this: Jackson State. We can talk X's and O's all we want to. Jackson State has consistently held. I think Brother Bakari said 13 points in the last 7 to 8 games. 13 points in the second half. It's going to be a great matchup, and I'm excited to see it. And we will go over that next week. Once again, Night with the Boom will be Friday, December 13th. And it is free admission, right, Jay?
Yeah.
It says free admission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, did you see the
And they
tag on
know
Twitter?
Yes, it says 5 p.m. Midtown High School, Atlanta. This free event will feature a performance by the Sonic Boom of the South and an admission and audition info session in partnership with Jackson State University, Office of Undergraduate Recruitment.
you know the Celebration Bowl. They normally have like a pre-battle of the bands before the game. Do they still do that, or is it too cold? I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's basically like the zero quarter, basically, but it's outside
It's
of the.
outside.
Yeah,
Oh,
they should still do it though, because the last time in 2022 it was cold and we still had it. So
Yeah. How about them Tigers?
how about them?
What Mr. Ford at? Did he sleep?
Y'all been calling out Mr. Ford for some hours. If Mr. Ford was available, honey, he would have been the first one talking about drop the link.
And he'd be the first one to say, it's the year
Drop
of
the
the
link.
Tiger.
Right. And I want to see those South Carolina State Bulldogs. So we will go over that. But for the rest of the SWAC, their early signing day, their late signing day, just any type of signing day.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up to death this business. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased like this. You can't do the Saints like this. Boys, I don't even know if I'm gonna sit out here telling the police car. I'm gonna sit out here telling the police car. I'm doing a refund. Cause I'm doing one to me.
Yo, the fact that she got that green dress on.
Yo, that's diabolical right there.
It's so fitting.
Hey,
It's so
yo,
on brand.
can y'all remember how we started the new year off where FAMU had a goddamn emergency meeting because Willie was leaving, and then and then how we gonna end up at the end of this year where Willie has a FBS job now as a head coach.
The
Oh my
only
God.
word that fits that is shambles. Like they've been in shambles since January 1st, and they still in shambles.
And let's not forget our favorite AD Sites, is on Twitter talking her ish. She was like, if you would have let me hire the coach that I
She
wanted
did
to
not
hire.
say that. Stop
Yes, she
saying
did.
that. No, she did not. Do not say that. That is not what she said.
And I'm saying the way, like, as being the petty person that you want me to be.
That's
She
not
didn't
what
say
she
it like,
said, though. You
but
got to
she
say
didn't
it
say it like,
verbatim what she said.
but
She
she
didn't
didn't
say
say it
that.
like, she didn't say it like that, but that's what she meant.
I hope that AD Sykes ends up. Go ahead.
Hey, yo, do you got to, bro.
Oh God, please, please, help me, please.
You diabolical.
This is Freddie being. I mean, Freddie needs to be in time out. This is not me. This is all Freddie G, and he in here clowning on Twitter.
Hey, that's my square right there, man. He good. I just want. We talking, and I'm looking at the game right here. SMU just tied the game up with Clemson at 31 apiece, and they're about to go into overtime.
Poach FAMU's best players. Willie, you can do it. Oh, is there going to be a FAMU to FIU pipeline?
Maybe.
Hey, let me ask y'all, how do y'all feel about McNair possibly joining staff with Willie? Because I know they cool. And you got Maynard.
Do you think he's going to elevate some HBCU coaches with him?
I wouldn't be surprised, because I don't see, well, unless FIU was paying like that, I don't see too many Duke folk on their staff going down there. So, I know there's rumors about Maynard joining the staff at A&T. I mean, but he's cool with Willie as well. So it'll be interesting.
That'll be nice. That would be nice.
Oh, somebody, Brother Bakari said, is FIU really elevation? Y'all are off the chain. It's elevation from Duke running back. Absolutely. It's definitely a elevation from being a running back coach at Duke. Oh, and this, of course, is Dre being messy, saying this is when you shower the coach. See, you folks
They
can't.
got TC. They got TC good tonight.
We are already unbearable as a fan base. How you think we finna act now?
We about to show how our whole
all gas, no brakes.
We about to be relentless. They're gonna get tired of us on Twitter.
I haven't done any scouting on. The only scouting that I did is South Carolina State versus North Carolina Central, and that was Halloween night, and I had to take Braxton trick-or-treating. So I didn't really get a chance to just sit there and look at it. But I think that if I'm going to take a look at that, I would have to look at that South Carolina State versus North Carolina Central game. McNair to Alabama A&M. Really? I don't think so.
And Clemson just won.
Clemson wins on a field goal.
Damn.
Well.
Still shout out to the hometown team, SMU Mustangs, for getting this far. Hopefully they can get themselves into the CFB playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna go out there after our watch party, but it's like 15 degrees in Charlotte. I was like, man, nah.
You was getting ready to do what in Charlotte?
I was gonna slide up to Uptown for that ACC championship, but it's too cold, man. It's like 15 degrees in Charlotte.
I would never be outside. It's not happening. Thank God we're at home. Like folks be like, be in the FCS championships. Let's compete. How about let's not? 15 degrees outside.
It's cold, man.
At least Jackson State is down south.
Right.
Oh,
I
that's
got a question for Southern's fan base. Like, what's really going on? Like, some people say that they turned into LSU fans. Some people say Katrina. Like, what's going on with their fan base?
maybe they thought that they were going to lose, or they only show up now for the Grambling versus Southern game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
I mean, maybe they didn't think they could win, so they didn't waste their time. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we played Prairie View for the SWAC Championship, they brought like 3 times the number of fans Southern did.
What? You talking about when we played Dooley?
Yeah, if you go back and like look at the YouTube clips, or even look at the halftime show, look at their crowd compared to the Southern crowd. Like, yeah, Prairie View brought a lot of fans.
Oh, they said Tremaine Jackson. Who was Tremaine from Valdosta State?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Valdosta State a D2 team?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jerome, didn't Jay White say that they don't want no D2 coaches? I'm done for the night. I'm done for the night. I am done.
Hey, speaking of D2, did in Valdosta, did Virginia Union win today?
No, they got
Virginia got belt to ass.
They got monkey stuff.
It was so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the score?
You don't want to know.
Okay, never mind.
A lot to a little.
Damn.
Their score a lot more than us.
A lot. I just know that Valdosta scored over 40 points.
Well, how many did Virginia Union score? Did they even score?
Yeah, they scored. I think it's like 19 or something like that.
Okay. 14-49.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They was in Valdosta, Georgia. I didn't know Lenore Ryan was in Hickory, North Carolina. So my next question is, I'll take T-Jack. Oh, okay, so I guess Jay White they do in fact hire D2 coaches, despite what Jay White was saying previously.
He don't want Sam Shade from Miles.
Please give Sam Shade a job. Mr. Ford can vouch for him. Maybe Sam Shade to Prairie View? I think they said they was, well, you can't really rely on anything that person says. There was some type of news put out on potential coaches for Prairie View. Here's my thing, which usually the higher division football teams, they usually name them within a couple of days. How long was FIU open? A week and a half?
About a week. No, about 2 weeks.
Dre, please. Jerome, do you see Dre being messy?
I thought it.
Hey, Timona, I think your sound went out on my end. I'm a leave and I'm gonna come back.
Okay. Well, we can get off of here anyway. We won. We won. We won. We're the champions. We won.
Hey, Timona, find that clip of the Boom playing that.
What? We're the champions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most losses in a SWAC championship game is Southern University.
Wow. Are they the new Buffalo Bills?
They been the Buffalo Bills because they were getting built the ass by Alcorn.
They sure were.
Oh my God. Somebody said breaking Ed Reed to his house.
Diabolical. Diabolical.
Damn, imagine getting your rival beating you
Right.
that many times in 3 years. And you just have to put up with it. There's nothing that you can do about it.
There's nothing they can do.
Come on, you motherfucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day.
A rival? I'll explain it to you later.
Senior, I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. We tried, dude.
Sure, dude.
We gonna get him next time. We gonna see him again.
Stop the cap.
Senior, I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. We tried, dude.
Sure, dude.
We gonna get him next time. We gonna see him again.
Stop the cap.
Senior, I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. We tried, dude.
Sure, dude.
We gonna get him next time. We gonna see him again.
Stop the cap.
Dang, stop the cap.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
That young man was right. He said we were gonna see him again.
I mean,
After that.
Horatio, he was playing lights out. He had an interception. So he definitely was. We're not going to act like he didn't. He was. What are you giggling about?
He was out there balling.
Yeah, Horatio wasn't playing no game. He was out there on a mission. Let me see. Horatio Johnson, he had 5 solo tackles, 2 assists for 7 total tackles, 1 interception, and 1 pass breakup. So Horatio wasn't playing no games. When he said that they tried. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That is true. To get beat worse than the second time around.
What's up, Braxton?
What's up?
Timona, you got a good gospel song for Southern.
What should
God
I play?
is good.
God-
God is great.
Take it.
God is good. God is great.
Mm-hmm. That's what you want. That's what you want to sing in Southern. I don't even know what you sing. I mean, I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb.
Play Can't Give Up Now by Mary Mary.
Never
what?
would have made it.
Never beat Jackson State, but we tried to.
I'm done.
Timona, I'm convinced Braxton is more petty than you.
See, this is why I can't be playing these videos in front of. Okay, tell them, what did they get today? Belt. Go ahead.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't you say it, Braxton.
Belt.
Don't you say it. You're going to turn into a pillar of salt.
Your mama about to get you beat up.
Do it in sign language. You don't have to say it. Just do belt 2. There you go. Thank you for lessons with Braxton. It says, please stop playing the clip of that young man. We do not know his mental state after losing. You are so right. I'm going to stop playing it.
Play it again.
No, that's not nice. But I guess that's why they say
no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It just won't work. No weapon formed against me. Yeah, mama.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, we're leaving out. You want to say something before you leave out? Go ahead. Somebody did t-shirts of him. Dang, it's worse than I thought. No, we did not. Please don't say that. No, Braxton was doing sign language. All right, everybody have a blessed evening. You don't want to sing it? Go ahead. Nope, he's not going to sing it.
Congratulations! Oh my God. Need to leave that dope alone.
You haven't. So
He need to leave that dope alone.
How would you evaluate your season?
I think we ain't done yet.
But you personally,
I think we ain't done yet.
Marcus.
I've had some good days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. But He is so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this possession.